AdamandJP.com.
Right now.
Exploring the multiverse of pop culture.
This is Podcasserole.
An Adam and JP show.
Welcome to Podcasserole. I'm Jay Patrick. We're about to get into the show proper. Don't worry, this will only take a second. But I want to do something that we meant to do inside the show that we didn't do, and so I'm going to do it right here at the very beginning of the show. A couple of weeks ago, we had the pleasure, Adam and I, to be part of the Blame Your Brother 24-hour stream on YouTube. These wacky guys decided they should podcast for 24 hours straight, and was gracious enough to invite Adam and myself to be part of that. So we joined them pretty late in the run. It started on Friday night to Saturday night, and we were there late in the afternoon on Saturday. So we went by and had fun with the guys. We were there about an hour or so. Talked to a wide variety of subjects from Saturday Night Live to, I believe we listed our favorite serial killers of all time. So it's definitely worth checking out. They have posted that 24-hour stream. It's time-stamped if you want to find where we are. But don't just go listen to that. Check out a lot of that podcast history, a 24-hour stream. You can find these guys at bybpod.com. Also go to facebook.com/bybpod. And you can also find Blame Your Brother on YouTube as well, where you can not only see their 24-hour stream, but catch up on previous episodes. It's a fantastic show. Go check them out. Dave and the boys do good stuff. They do good work. Go to the website, bybpod.com, to find out more about Blame Your Brother. And I wanted to officially thank the guys right here on the show for inviting us to be part of their historic 24-hour podcast stream a couple of weeks ago. Now, back to this week's show. People. No means no.
You don't like gross stuff?
No means no.
You need to go on Reddit. That's child's play.
I don't want to know what you're looking up
I've seen
on
bad
Reddit.
stuff on there.
I bet you have.
My favorite subreddit is the WTF subreddit.
And what does that consist
It's
of?
stuff that makes you actually say WTF when you see it.
Gross, usually?
They try to keep away from that, but I'd say 10% of it is gross stuff.
10% gross?
The rest is like, a goat in a tree and stuff like that.
What
Exactly, yeah. I was there yesterday. Some grossness, not too much.
Well,
yeah.
You and the internet. Hey, look, it's Podcasserole.
Oh, hey there. Talking about the dark web. Speaking of the dark web, here we are.
That's what you did there.
You like that?
Hey, it's been kind of a rough week.
Uh-huh.
We got a lot of things we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I feel like we should get the show started with a Friday song. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right. You personally picked this one out.
I did.
I think there's a bit of an intro to this
I don't
one.
remember this intro. Yeah.
1994, baby.
Yep. I forgot they said the Quad City DJs were the backing track. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Almost 25 years ago.
Yeah.
I think the skating rink when I think of this song. I do.
Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Is there a dance that goes along with this?
Yeah. Where the knees?
It's the Tootsie Roll?
Sure, yeah. That means like what I think it means, right?
Wait, which part?
The Tootsie Roll.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's kind of gross, yeah?
Well, what's the chorus?
Cotton candy sweet as gold. Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
We had honorable mentions in the Friday song this
Right,
week.
yeah.
This was possible.
That's true. Tootsie Roll, well, yeah, it was the 69 boys, by the way. What do you expect? All the semi-dirty 90s rap songs. That's what you're doing?
Yeah, you know me. Yeah, you know me.
I'm looking up the lyrics
Yeah, you know me.
to Tootsie Roll.
Uh-huh.
I was off. I've always thought it was cotton candy sweet as gold, which makes no sense really, but I thought that's what it was. It's cotton candy sweet to go.
Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. In my head, gold and rolls, they rhyme better together instead of go and roll.
Yeah.
Cotton candy sweet to go? What does that mean?
I guess you'll have to ask the 69 boys.
Right.
We almost did this one. I think this is another intro.
Yo, fellas, y'all ready to do this?
Yeah.
And all the Philly states you can eat. Back in school, we used to dream about it every day. Could it really happen? Or do dreams just fade away? Yeah. There was nothing singing that bass and it sounds smooth. If we started a group and here we are, kicking it just for you. Back again.
This was almost a Friday song.
Right. I love Chris. You didn't offer this one. I love Criss Cross.
Would you have picked this one?
Yeah, I would have.
Okay. I want to do something before we get started with the show proper.
Yeah, what's that?
I want to play a couple of songs for you that I believe to be earworms. And even though you will probably absolutely hate these songs, in no way do I expect any sort of positive reaction from you whatsoever when you hear this music. It will get stuck in your head, and when you try to go to sleep tonight, these songs will pop up in your head. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
All right. I'm going to play this one from the beginning. It's got a... It seems innocuous enough at the beginning. It seems like just a typical bro country song.
Yeah.
Okay?
I agree.
I'm going to bump it up just a little bit.
This hurts me. This hurts.
I know. This isn't the part that's going to get stuck.
I hope not.
That starts here.
What has your new job done to you? What has it done to you?
We're just holding it down here in BFE.
What has your new job done to you? Oh. It's like a Konami Code song. It's terrible.
When you try to go to sleep.
Yeah, I was thinking the Konami Code.
Up, down is going to pop into your head. All right, I got one more. Hang on. It's going to take me just a second to pull this one up. Where is it?
Good. Well, who and what was that?
That was Morgan Wallen. Up, down, featuring Florida Georgia Line. I actually saw him perform that live just a couple of weeks ago.
I apologize.
Here's another one.
Man.
I ain't rich, but I damn sure wanna be. Working like a dog all day ain't working for me.
Of all the lyrics I've ever heard,
Yeah.
this next line may be one of my favorite lyrics ever written.
Really?
I wish I had a rich uncle that'd kick the bucket and I was sitting on a pile like Warren Buffett.
Wow.
I know everybody says money can't buy happiness, but it can buy me a boat. It can buy me a truck. It can buy me a Yeti 110 ice down with some silver bullets.
But
They have to know this is a comedic when they produce this, right?
I wish I had a rich uncle who'd kick the bucket and I was sitting on a pile like Warren Buffett. That's great.
That's terrible. For the 4 people still listening, I apologize for this.
Wait, it gets better.
Oh, God.
We haven't gotten to the bridge of the song yet.
Buy me a truck to pull. It can buy me a Yeti 110 ice down with some silver bullets. Yeah, maybe so. But it can buy me a boat
To float.
down on the water with a beer. I hear the Powerball lotto is sitting on 100.
All right, that's it.
Who and what is that?
That's Chris Jansen. Buy me a boat.
Man, I'm glad I don't know that stuff.
Would you like to hear his
No,
other selections,
nothing.
like,
I'm good.
such as
I'm good with music. I hate music right now.
Fix a Drink,
No, I hate all forms of music right
Drunk
now.
Girl,
I'm good.
or Power of Positive Drinking?
I hate all music right now.
Seems
I'm good.
to be a theme
I think
with
I'm-
his songs.
I think I'm done with music.
All right. So where are we going to start?
It's a lot of stuff this week. What do you think? You want to go for some Comic-Con stuff or hold off until later for that?
Do you want to ease into the Comic-Con stuff with the Guardians of the Galaxy news?
Oh, we can do that. Yeah.
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 So, in a nutshell, if you're not aware, Guardians of the Galaxy director, the man that brought us so much joy in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2, has been fired from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 by Disney, James Gunn, for tweets that he made. Very sick tweets.
See,
But jokes. They were jokes.
I think I'm a little twisted because
they were jokes.
I don't think they're that bad. I'll say that.
They were jokes about pedophilia and
Yeah. But that's a stretch to me. Is that? It's never. Was it?
Hey, I know they were jokes. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this.
Maybe I didn't read
makes
because
me-
I kept trying to find those tweets. I never found one that was bad to me. I didn't.
You didn't read them,
I thought I did, but I don't. The ones I read,
but
I didn't get any pedophilia feels from that.
so a right-wing blogger digs these up,
Right? Yeah.
and puts them out there, and Disney fires
Yeah.
James Gunn from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah.
And you have some very strong opinions on this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think most people would agree with this. That anything you thought or said 7 to 10 years ago shouldn't be taken for what you are now. Right? I mean.
I think
That's in a nutshell. I can go on for days on that, but in one sentence statement, especially hiring him, 5 or so years ago, at least at this point, 5, 6, 7 years ago, they should know his history. They know what his background was with trauma, with horror, with gross horror movies.
right.
I don't.
Very twisted sense of humor.
Yeah.
He liked to troll the trolls.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a history of that.
Right.
Do I think that this reflects on the character of James Gunn? Absolutely not.
No.
I think it's a bad precedent to set that something that you say years ago can come back. But also, it's a lesson to learn about the time that we live in. Mm-hmm. I think the moral of the story is be careful what you post on social media.
But it's rough because there are
But
possible politicians 20 years from now that have said things right now.
hey, our president said,
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah.
on record, recorded, talking about women, talking about grabbing them,
Yeah.
and
But
we
that's-
all know what he said.
And that's fine, though. No big deal.
Apparently, there's no problem with that.
No biggie.
But James Gunn gets fired. Here's how I wish he hadn't. I don't think he probably should have. I think it would be big of the company to say, you know what, we believe people can grow and people can evolve, and I think there's plenty of evidence, especially since the making of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, that James Gunn is nothing but a pleasant person.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say is, when it comes down to it, we are talking about Disney, a company that still has to, that makes its money on children going to theme parks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So had it been Fox, I guess Fox is going to be Disney eventually.
Right.
But had it been Paramount or had it been Sony, had it been any of these other film companies, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably would have released a statement. He would have released a statement, everything. I think the fact that it's Disney is the reason why they felt they had to fire him. Now, with all that said, and again, I wish he hadn't gotten fired. I don't think he should have gotten fired. And I wish that this whole online movement, what is it, the change.org petition with 200,000 signatures on it?
Yeah, and even some of his cast members aren't so happy about this.
Yeah. I wish they would bring him back. I wish they would release a statement and say, look, this was years ago. We believe people can evolve.
I think there's a small chance it may happen. There's a big uprising, man. People, I think they're going to see, A, the quality of the films can't be what they were before, and B, people are in the know now where fans will, like right now, I kind of don't want to see a third Guardians movie without him involved. I don't want to. It won't be the same.
Here's what I think will happen. He will be involved. He's already written the script.
Yeah.
I think they shoot his script. I think he gets moved to some sort of executive producer role, and he's not the face of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 when it comes out. And I think that's one of the reasons why he hasn't he hasn't been very vocal about it.
Yeah.
He released a statement, but there hasn't been a lot from him after that.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to lay low. I think probably before Disney let him go, they had a long conversation, and it consisted of, we want you involved. You will be involved, but you will basically be there to assist whoever we put in that director slot.
Yeah.
Now, who would you like to see? Who do you think, is there a director that could follow his vision and give us a movie on par with the other two?
It's tough. I think Sam Raimi needs a shot at the modern MCU. I think he would do well. And they both have that classic, it seems odd, but that gross out horror background always works great for blockbuster movie directing.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson, Sam Raimi, now we have James Gunn. I mean, the list goes on and on of people that have done. We'll see how James Wan and Aquaman, how that works out.
We'll
see. But it usually conveys pretty well. So I think he needs another chance. I know he's had Spidey in the past. I could see that. I don't really see anyone.
You want James Gunn back?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think most people do. Even Batista's had statements. Other cast members. Now Hollywood's in a frenzy. I mean, even Rian Johnson from The Last Jedi infamy just yesterday deleted 20,000 of his past tweets. He said he had nothing bad to say, but eventually somewhere there's a group that won't like a sentence he said somewhere
years ago.
So he's not even going to risk that. He deleted 20,000 tweets.
So do you think we'll start seeing people leave Twitter?
Well, it's not just
Twitter.
It's
their
Instagram.
accounts?
The thing is, their Instagram, Facebook. Hell, you can go to MySpace if you want. It's still there. Mm-hmm. I think it's deeper than Twitter. It's social media. It's the internet. And as decades go on, we'll have more and more avenues of that social media. It's not going to stop.
What about Jon Favreau to take over?
Nah, I mean,
no,
it's a cookie cutter director.
Yeah, or Rian Johnson.
Yeah,
maybe not.
Yeah, it's when you have to have that. It's just I feel like top to bottom, that concept idea, the look, the feel, the soundtrack, it was all just James Gunn.
He changed the Marvel universe.
Yeah, without a doubt. And that magic is gone now. Congrats.
Without that first Guardians, you don't get Thor Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm. You don't get. I don't believe you get Infinity War or what it was.
Yeah, I agree
think
with that.
At least a third of that movie was the feel of that Guardians of the Galaxy feel to it.
Yeah. So I hold out hope that this is more of a political save face move by Disney and he stays on in some capacity.
Yeah.
Because, again, pick anyone who has entered the comedy ring on any level, which is where he was at that point.
Yeah.
He was trying to be funny. And, some of your favorite comedians have really sick jokes.
Yeah.
Bob Saget.
It's a joke, though, but it's not like it's actually happening. There's a difference.
Bob Saget is the filthiest comedian you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
And was the dad on Full House.
Yeah.
And still is.
Still is, yeah.
Still is.
I'm not calling out one person in general. On both sides of the political spectrum, there are people, elected officials, that have done and said terrible things and still hold a major office position.
Yeah.
Which, if you ask me, and it should be thought, much more important to be a leader of a country, a state, even a city, more so than directing a movie about space. Mm-hmm. And so it's odd to me that a tweet that was typed out almost a decade ago just has that much clout. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Yeah, because what is more dangerous? Him tweeting sick, inappropriate jokes, or our president trying to push us to war with another country?
Yeah.
What's more dangerous, really? Because, do I believe James Gunn is capable of any of the material that he was joking about? No, I don't. And for a fact, this is a little insight behind the scenes off air. I have very strong opinions on the subject matter at hand, which he was joking about.
Right, yeah.
And so if even I can see the fact that what he was saying was not veiled threats, that he's actually a dangerous person that would do this, then I would feel totally different. But I do understand that if it was any company other than Disney, he would probably still be in charge. But it being Disney, at its heart, a kids' company where they open, theme parks and invite thousands of children in every month, then I think it was the move they have to make. But I still hold out hope that it's more of a political save face move and James Gunn is involved on some level.
I'm looking them up now. I don't think I'm that twisted, but these tweets aren't that bad. I've seen much worse everywhere.
Well, probably recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Now AMC has done something this week
Just shocked.
that shows that a company can act one way, take a break, really look at the situation, and reverse a decision. And they brought back Chris Hardwick. He's going to be on. He's going to return to AMC hosting that talking show and the Walking Dead stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a month ago that would happen, but it did. He's going to come back because they took their time to really look at it and
As they should have,
and
yeah.
make an informed decision.
Yeah.
So
I think it's everybody's biggest fear. I mean, is having that call out.
Yeah.
I think we all have ex-boyfriends or girlfriends that may hold a grudge,
and
and they can just all it takes is one statement, and you're especially at that level. Me, at my point, I have nothing to lose, but he has a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's unintended consequences of a fantastic movement over the last couple of years with Time's Up and Me Too. I think now, it extends to any sort of inflammatory language that you might have used at one point, or language that's uncomfortable that you might have used at one point.
Yeah.
So
His story in a nutshell was, I mean, take it how you want to, but even from the supposed victim's mouth, his ex-girlfriend, he wanted too much sex. She didn't want it, and she felt inclined to give it to him. I think that's a little bit different than an actual rape, which is terrible and should never happen, and is the part of the Me Too movement. And those people that are actual sexual assault victims are being minimized by crap like that.
yeah.
By 90% of relationships where a guy wants more sex than the woman.
Yeah, I think in Hardwick's situation, there was never any sort of physical threat made.
Yeah. Once again, I kept reading her story like, okay, where's the bad part? Waiting for there's the period. It's over. Where's the bad part? I was waiting. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you don't know how a person feels in a situation, and
Yeah.
I would never want to try to guess that
Yeah.
or minimize how someone say they felt in a situation. But obviously, AMC came to a conclusion that a lot of people seem to, and that was another example of where he had a lot of support from people that had known him a long time.
Yeah. As he I mean, I don't know the guy, but I think he should have for that. That's,
But even the James Gunn situation is different from that. There's no other person involved
and
with
those
the
are
James
jokes.
Gunn stuff.
Even with
It was
Chris Hardwick
jokes.
stuff, it was physical activity happening.
Right. That involved another human being.
James Gunn was on a
Sick jokes.
computer monitor on his iPhone.
Yeah. Sick and twisted jokes that
Yeah.
he made a decade ago.
Yeah. That the majority of famous comedians have made much worse.
That got politicized by a right-wing blogger.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's what happened. It's a totally different situation. There's really no connection to the two. Okay. All right. We'll table that.
Yeah.
That's our thoughts on that. Quickly, Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Did you see anything you liked? Did you see anything you liked from what you saw from Comic-Con?
No.
There had to be something.
All
They
these-
released the new Queen trailer.
That's all right. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that wasn't too much. We've had the teaser before, but
Yeah.
I mean, extra 2 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
We'll see about
The
that.
Glass trailer looked
That was
good.
pretty good. That did look all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Split, so I can't really judge it yet. But
Yeah.
a big Unbreakable fan. I do want to see Glass. That may be about it. Glass and Bohemian Rhapsody.
How about that Titans trailer?
Man, everything DC is dead to me. Mark
Yeah.
it here. Everything that's not in print. Well, who am I lying to? I haven't read a DC comic in a decade. So maybe DC's dead to me. I don't know. Video games are good. The DC games are still all right.
Yeah, Dead Comics.
Yeah, yeah. And Justice is awesome. But I Shazam is my DC guy. He's my DC person. Mm-hmm. And man, they ruined it. They ruined it.
Again, you can't really say they've ruined it until you see the movie, but I understand that you don't like the whole big approach or as I like to think of it, the Kirk Cameron classic vice versa.
That works as well.
The vice versa approach to Shazam. Even though that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a kid
Yeah.
who can summon a god
Yeah.
and become
Is that the one with Judge Reinhold? Which one is that?
Yeah, it's Judge Reinhold,
yeah, that's- yeah.
Kirk Cameron,
Yeah,
vice versa.
That's the one, yeah.
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 What was the one with Paul what is his last name? From
Giamatti. Stanley.
No. He was in
Pierce.
he was in Aliens.
Uh-huh.
He was in Beverly Hills Cop. He was on My Two Dads, and then went on.
Oh,
to
Reiser.
Paul Reiser.
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't there a
I don't
Switch
think so.
with Paul Reiser?
I don't think
Switch
so.
movie. There was Big, vice versa.
Yeah.
Then they did one with Zac Efron.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What was that?
I can't because they're the female version, 13 going on 30.
13,
I
with
can't remember.
Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, but that was him and the guy from Friends, right? No?
David Schwimmer.
No, the other not funny one.
Matt LeBlanc.
The other not funny one.
Oh, Matthew Perry.
Wasn't it him?
Was it him?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I just remember the whipped cream in his mouth. I'm hungry all the time. But yeah, Shazam looks terrible. I'll say it for the record.
Aquaman.
If I had no tie into Shazam, I may like that. But when I read those comics, and I've read those forever, it doesn't have a comedic tone to it. I'm not reading it like, this is like Calvin and Hobbes funny. Which is good comedy, by the way.
This is like the Far Side funny.
Yeah. With that whole, and I feel like I'm kind of contradicting myself.
Yeah, you really are.
For the better part of a decade, I've been mad at DC for being so dark and gritty, and I want some more light moments, but this is too light.
Well, if you like dark and gritty, perhaps you'll like the new DC streaming series, Titans.
No. It looks terrible as well. F Batman, come on. Why would Dick Grayson say that?
He wouldn't.
That's stupid.
He wouldn't.
DC is drunk.
Why would Jonathan Kent tell Clark Kent he should never help people?
Yeah.
He wouldn't. If you're going through, comics history.
Yeah.
If you're trying to shape someone's character based on what you've seen from the comics, they wouldn't.
Isn't Jeff Johns and Jim Lee, aren't they both kind of the heads of DC media and stuff, right? I don't know the actual term, but
I don't know.
I know Jim Lee's a big head as far as the multimedia.
Oh, he's a huge melon.
But these guys are people that actually know the comics and storylines. So they know that much more than people like you or I do.
Yeah.
Where are they missing it? What's happening?
I don't know.
Jim Lee should know whenever he sees Shazam like that or when he sees Dick Grayson like that. It's not the character.
You know who they need? Jim Shooter.
Who?
Jim Shooter. Wasn't it Jim Shooter? Wasn't he the head of Marvel for a long time?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shazam got me angry. I was table thumping. Like Chumbawamba, but without the tub.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Shazam?
I'm gonna,
like if I had never heard of the character and that was presented to me, I'd be like, oh, sweet.
Granted,
but I have too much in my head to know.
My history with Shazam is only Kingdom Come.
But it's even from that, it's not big.
Yeah, I know it's not big. Maybe this is the new lighthearted DC. Hey, we listened.
Well, it's a straight up comedy. You can't.
Yeah.
Like Deadpool in the comics it's a perfect representation of Deadpool the film.
Yeah.
That's a perfect.
This is not a representation, in your opinion,
not at all.
of Shazam. Even like the early Shazam stuff.
No, that was even more. That was just straight up. That was Superman with a yellow cape.
There were never stories where Billy Batson dealt with the fact that he was 16, 15.
Not that I've ever read. He was
and became Captain Marvel.
His ages range from like 10 to 16, so it depends which story. Yeah. But it's never. That was always part of it. It was always the classic, and that's why I kind of was drawn to it. I love a werewolf. I love Wolfman, where he is Tobias can turn into this creature. I love Incredible Hulk. When Bruce Banner with some rage turns into Incredible Hulk. I love Billy Batson. He just proclaims the name Shazam, and when he's in trouble, becomes this character. I love that idea, that Jekyll and Hyde, two characters in one. And but it was never comedic. It was never funny. It was never Tom Hanksy.
Does the suit look better?
No, it looks terrible. It looks foamy. That's foam, right?
I think it is. Okay. Well, let's perhaps maybe Aquaman is a little more to your liking.
Wrong.
Nope. Nothing doing with the Aquaman?
That's my Trump for you.
Which seems to be, people seem to have enjoyed the Aquaman trailer. I haven't seen it yet.
That's all him.
That's how important it was.
It's up there.
I haven't seen the Aquaman trailer
Really?
yet.
It's like 2 minutes? You didn't take time out for that.
Maybe I'll watch it.
I think I've always wanted to like him. He seems cool, and I think that's what most guys want to look like and be like. But I think Jason Momoa is a terrible actor. Terrible.
Was he on True Blood?
No.
What's the show that everybody watched that I didn't watch?
He was on Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. He was cool in that, but he had very little lines. Khal Drogo didn't speak much at all.
Yeah.
Kind of a point, come here, let me have sex with you, leave.
And that's not what you want in your Aquaman?
Not so much, no. I think that role was perfect for him. He had the look, the feel. The eyebrows are cool, the hair, the muscles, awesome. But like for Aquaman, which I'm not an Aquaman fan whatsoever, but I think it was wrong.
That's kind of my take. Did we need an Aquaman movie?
No, who wants
Couldn't
that?
he have just lived as a character that was in other movies?
Yeah. It's like a Martian Manhunter. He's just kind of there.
Yeah. Like I would not want to see a Martian Manhunter movie.
Yeah, no.
But it would be cool to see Martian Manhunter in a DC movie.
Sure.
Perhaps we'll see Martian Manhunter in Wonder Woman 84.
And Black Manta. Well, never mind. Watch the trailer.
What?
You haven't seen the trailer yet.
No, I haven't seen it.
Just watch the trailer.
What about Black Manta?
You'll see.
Does he have the big head?
You'll see. It's all in there.
Does he look like Black?
Yeah,
Does he have a big head?
That is very comic accurate. I'll tell you that.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's not exciting?
Sure. Sure.
In the trailer, does Aquaman ever summon the fish of the sea with the?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But
about-
Black Manta was cool.
What about the images from Wonder Woman 84?
No.
No,
Get out of here with
you're
that.
not feeling it.
What is the deal?
1984 Wonder Woman.
So really, DC's dead to me. DC is in the same plane being shipped off with that bro country just played.
Even knowing that Cheetah could be the villain in this.
Especially so.
Yeah.
How is Captain Kirk back in this one in the 80s? That doesn't make sense to me. And
Well-
they say it's not just like flashback scenes. It's like an actual he's
Like
there.
he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, I'm sure when there was an explosion, he was caught in some sort of wormhole that landed
He's
him
frozen
in
there, and now they're
1984.
brainwashing him with a metal
Yeah.
arm, and he's doing his own. Yeah,
Oh, he's the Winter Soldier?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool. He was frozen in an ice crevasse.
yeah.
Other Comic-Con news. Well, Marvel wasn't at Comic-Con this year,
They know.
so there's not a lot. I think they did TV, right?
I think so. I'm not sure. There's so much stuff. They're pretty much the Rockstar, like the video game development company, Rockstar, of comic movies now.
Mm-hmm.
They have to do their own thing when they want.
Anything else that tickled your fancy at Dragon or Comic-Con?
I don't believe so. It's
Sorry, we got the Dragon Con
Yeah,
pamphlet.
just the trailers I saw, and that was mostly DC. It was DC heavy. You should, on our break here, do me a favor and watch
Watch
the
Aquaman?
Yeah, we'll have a soon after, because honestly, it's about 50-50 for that. I've seen a lot of people actually like the Aquaman trailer.
Because I like James Wan. So that gave me hope that I would like the Aquaman
Yeah.
movie.
A director can only do so much,
It's true.
and don't let it fool you. It's still drab, dark, and dreary. Don't be fooled.
It's not lighthearted.
No, I mean,
What do you want?
Let's have some middle ground here.
There's no pleasing you.
Because wouldn't you say Deadpool? I think Deadpool's a perfect combination of both of those sides. I think so. There's some intense violence.
Well, he's
some
dark
parts,
and funny.
Some parts are very, very
I
dark.
would not call Deadpool lighthearted.
You don't think so?
No. The original Deadpool movie?
Like there are parts I'm crying from laughing. That's
Funny,
pretty- yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Lighthearted, no.
It's hard for me to separate those two.
Yeah.
Like when I'm laughing, I think it's a lighthearted moment.
Well, I don't think comedy that involves, death and mayhem is lighthearted. It's funny,
I think to some it is.
but it's not lighthearted. Get to a psychopath.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
You know what gives me the feels? It's so lighthearted and fun. Murder.
If you're killing bad people. That's pretty lighthearted.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think Deadpool to me it was lighthearted. To me,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I guess I have a wrong definition of that, but to me, if I'm like having a good knee slapping time and laughing, it's a lighthearted
It's
moment.
funny, yes. Lighthearted, no.
Really?
Yeah. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Deadpool, the first one, I haven't seen the second one.
Yeah.
Have you seen the second one?
I haven't seen a movie since a while ago.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen a movie since It. Was It the last one you saw?
No, I saw Infinity War.
Oh, Infinity
Yeah.
War, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We were there. We were
Yeah.
there together. Well, maybe I'll watch Aquaman.
Yeah.
But we want to do this before we get into our subject for the week, which is the complete works of The Rock.
Don't be alarmed. This sounds funny at first, but I promise it'll be fun.
The complete works of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. But we're going to do this first. Adam, where do we start?
A lot of things.
Start with
How about-
Mars.
Let's start with Mars. So this week, we've spoken about it for a while. Is there life out there? And especially if it's out there, will it be on Mars? And we've been looking for a long time. That the space people have been looking for some kind of life forms on there, and especially water.
NASA?
Yeah, and especially water, some kind of forms and forms of water or ice on Mars. And this week they found it at the below the South Pole there, a 12-mile wide little lake. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit frozen over, but there is water there on Mars, which is still so odd to me. I wish someone much smarter than I could explain to me why. I understand water could mean life, oxygen as we know it, and life as we know it, but there's so much. Is there not so many more elements out there we don't even know exist, where life forms could exist off of something else? Right?
It's possible.
It's
Maybe-
odd. We're only looking for the way life as we know it. Like only humans can survive. Humans and animals and living things on Earth survive on oxygen. Therefore, everything else must survive on oxygen as well. It's not possible they can live on something besides oxygen. Yeah.
If they're not a carbon-based life form.
Yeah.
If they are carbon-based life
Yeah.
form, then they would need oxygen.
But that's of our like table of elements.
But you're saying there could be like a whole different table of elements.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's,
would think
it's certainly possible. I mean, they're
Yeah.
discovering new elements
Right.
all the time, really.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine since we were in high school, the elements have grown drastically. Mm-hmm. So it's odd to me that
Like, it was only nitrogen and hydrogen and oxygen when I was in high
just
school.
a few of those, yeah.
Yeah. I think nickel,
Yeah. Salt, some NaCl was there.
platinum.
Yeah.
Is that an element? That's a metal.
You're just talking about CD cells now. You know, gold, platinum.
Multi-platinum.
Yeah. But it's just weird to me that I'm not saying scientists and people much smarter than I should expand their brains, but it's odd they never speak of life forms that don't even play by our rules. That's weird to me.
Maybe Captain Steve Trevor is in the iced over lake on the South Pole of Mars.
Ooh. It's like
possible.
it's a time traveling. Yeah.
So there we have the Mars story. There's water,
Right.
which is definitely necessary for life as we know it to develop. It's kind of essential to the development, or helps. So we have that Mars story, and then coming up this weekend, the weekend this comes out, there's another Mars story.
Yeah. So tonight,
Friday night.
July 27th, is a huge blood moon we're going to have for about an hour and a half across most of the world. A super red blood moon. And during that time, it's the closest the planet Mars has been to our planet Earth in the past 15 years. Kind of odd, huh?
Coincidence?
Yeah.
I think not. Believe it or not.
Yeah. So that's a lot of Mars talk this week.
So blood moon, super blood moon.
Yeah.
Is it a super blood moon or just a blood moon?
I think super blood moon.
Like we had a few years ago?
I think it's the biggest one in a long time, they said.
How has a super blood moon happened twice within the last few years, and I'd never heard of it before 5 or 6 years ago?
They know. I mean, 24 hours ago, you didn't know there was water on Mars. Now look at you.
I know.
Yeah.
So super blood moon into the world? Is this it?
Yeah, sure.
Are we going down on a blaze of glory?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
At least half of the population.
Oh.
Well, it's, a little
Snap your fingers?
snap the fingers at you.
Yeah.
I do. So I didn't mean to, but trying to get some NWO news this week, I went down rabbit holes, and it's in preparation for. I want to give teasers because we're, it depends who you ask. A month, 2, 3 months out before Adam's Ghost starts up,
Yeah.
and I started seeing these
Ghost of Mars.
this popping up story of these things called the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Have you seen these Fresno Nightcrawlers?
No.
And the first videos, I believe they started around 2011, 2012 or so, but as time goes on, there are more and more appearances, more occurrences, and people saying they've seen in Fresno, California, and now it's expanding across the western United States. Hopefully, in the eastern, we'll find it here soon as well. And if you haven't checked it out, just Google the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Do yourself a favor. I don't know how to explain these things. Imagine like a 7 to 8 foot high pair of white legs.
What?
And they're in these night vision. It's actual video of these things. Multiple cameras. Some people have a front porch camera. Some have like a camera set out like a hunting camera on their farm. And they're sometimes 1, 2, or 3 at a time, just slowly walking across these fields. And these people aren't connected. They just kind of have these videos of these Fresno Nightcrawlers.
Wait. Hang on.
Yeah.
How tall?
It's hard to tell by the scale, but reports say some between 7 and 9 feet high. Some are smaller. Some are like little baby night crawlers, 3, 4, 5 feet, but the big ones can reach 8 to 9 feet.
Oh, what are they really?
No one knows. That's the point. Once again, on the break, I want you to watch a Fresno Nightcrawler video and the Aquaman trailer. We'll come back and discuss more which one you like better. Which one's more realistic to you?
There has to be an explanation for this.
You're a skeptic. I know you want to think that. You never know.
What do scientists say?
They don't ever touch
When
that
you
stuff.
Google what are the Fresno Nightcrawlers really, what does science say it is?
Yeah, that is. I mean, they're going to say something.
You haven't even done it, have you?
No, who wants to know that kind of truth? Scientists never touch that stuff. You know this. That would kind of decredit their uppityness.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will look that up.
Yeah, it's fun.
All right.
Fresno Nightcrawlers. Check them out.
So it's just legs walking around. Do they look like human legs?
That's my best way to describe it. It's kind of like imagine a teepee.
Hang
with
on.
no.
Keep talking. I'm going to look this up.
Imagine a Native American teepee, all white with no middle to it, and it's formed like some legs just walking. It looks like that. It's hard to explain.
Is there audio if I play one of these videos?
No, they're all like security cameras with no audio. You're gonna think there are people in there somehow, some way, but even then, the visuals don't make sense to me
Here
because
we
it's kind
go.
of a split up top.
Now the truth is starting to
What's
come
that?
out.
No, I'm saying
this is a hoax.
No, I'm saying you will think they're people, but the visuals don't make sense because there's like if there were a crotch, it's up where the human body is.
Adam,
What's that?
this is ridiculous.
I know it looks ridiculous. I never said it was real, but it's a story out there, and it can't be debunked.
Exclusive. Well, I'm just going to play what this is.
I don't know what this is, by the way.
It says exclusive
This sounds-
official breakdown, the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Come on in, Toots. Have a seat.
That's what it was. It was a detective's.
Oh, really? It sounds like it.
Right.
Hi there. It was a dark and stormy night in early November 2010, except that it wasn't stormy and not entirely dark since there were street lights around the neighborhood when this strange
That's
thing
somebody in a
was
sheet.
recorded on a home
No.
security camera. This reportedly happened at a home in Fresno, California, owned by some guy named Jose. No last
Some
name.
That is someone in a
The video
sheet.
That's not
was
possible.
recorded, it was said.
You could
on
see their
a
head.
VHS
That's not possible.
videotape. This, to me, would...
All right, here's another one.
Though others argued that it looked too real to be CG. These statements would also later be used on an interesting remake of the Nightcrawler video. However, this time it would become a consensus that it is, in fact, CGI. There were some other issues regarding this one, about its source and the camera placement that also made it suspicious.
So there's just
Some
one.
even suggest would have
One
a
what?
possible
There's one
time
video.
swallow.
Well, I've seen a few. Is it just one in that
Even
one?
the most open-minded individual would no doubt be asking all kinds of questions like, is this an earth animal? If so, then why
No,
doesn't it
it's a guy in a sheet.
No, it's not. The crotch is too high.
Let's see if we can find another one.
Did you see was it a front-on camera or like a side-by? Did you see one or two Nightcrawlers in the video you saw?
Was it two and like the really lush green grass?
I've seen that one before, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they said. That one is definitely CG.
CG, interesting. Okay. I know it can't be people because really the split of the legs is too high to be human. So if CG makes a little more sense. What? I never bring this to you saying it's real. Do we actually believe all the NWO news we report? I hope not.
No. I put SpongeBob music over the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Well, this will be fun.
What in the world?
Adam, that's somebody in a sheet.
The crotch is too high. I can accept CGI, but that's not a person. The videos I've seen, the crotch, if it's a person, the crotch is to their neck. That's a problem.
All right. Go check this out for
I think
yourself.
that sounds make you not believe it even more. I could watch this documentary with this behind it and be like, this it's fake. Imagine a Ken Burns video with this.
Yeah.
Never happened. Not real.
So how many are there supposed to be of this?
I've seen a few. I mean, like the actual entities themselves or the videos or what? What is up with this stock music?
Well, it's YouTube safe. They don't get flagged like we do every time we put
Yeah.
a video up. I don't know, Adam. I think it's a guy in a sheet.
I can't accept that. Crotch is too high.
Because it doesn't look like legs. It looks more like a cape.
You think
3
so?
months later, the paranormal investigator received a call from Jose for a follow-up, in which he went to take a look at the area where the Nightcrawler was spotted. Since the
This guy's out of
footage
breath.
the Nightcrawler surfaced, there's been a lot of research done on it. As you can see from the video, the Nightcrawler appears to be a very thin humanoid that is about 4 feet tall and lacks a torso or arms.
It's only 4 feet tall?
According to some Native Americans around the area, Nightcrawlers have been around for a while and originally come from a planet that is mostly swampland, with their long legs
Dagobah?
to help them maneuver
That makes
through.
sense.
The Native Americans say these creatures
They go
are
by real
friendly
fast, you sleep all
and are
day.
on Earth in order to help humans awaken and eventually create peace and harmony. How much of this is true is unknown, but
All
I
of
do
it.
know there have been 2 supposed sightings of this. One would be the sighting from Jose, and the other sighting can be seen in this video.
This is the one they say is completely CG.
Which one is this? You seeing the side shot or a
The
front
side shot,
Okay.
This
yeah.
video also shows 2 creatures, just like in the last video, but this video has not been confirmed real or anything like that.
One's a little baby.
This cryptid also got a lot of attention from a TV show called Fact or Faked, in which they actually decided to investigate this and find out if it was real or not.
And?
In the episode of the show where they featured this, they decided to see if it was a hoax by attempting to see if they could somehow recreate it. First,
And?
they went over to Jose's house and set up their own cameras.
Oh,
at about
well,
the
I'm just
same
gonna skip
area
to the end and see
where
what
Jose's
happens.
surveillance camera was. Here didn't look nearly as fluid as they did in the original. It was at this point that they concluded it was most likely not a puppet. In
It's a
final
guy
attempt to figure
in
out
a
what this might
sheet.
have been,
His crotch is
they
too
decided
high.
to head out to the woods near the area to see
That's the
if there
name
was
of this
some type
episode.
animal or something in the area that made its way through his yard.
All right, that's enough of that.
Aha, so they couldn't prove it was faked, so now you're mad about it.
No, I'm just.
Old Skeptic JP over here. Can't find his fakeness.
let us know what you think. Go watch it. Is it a guy in a sheet? Probably.
I'll accept CGI as an answer. I cannot accept a man because his crotch is too damn high. The crotch is too damn high.
So is the rent. Okay, so the complete works of The Rock. This was your idea.
I know. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I was pumped. I'm in a rock mood. Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Next.
And I am a Rudy Poo candy ass. And The Rock says this, Kane, that little voice box you used to use, you've left The Rock with one choice on what to do with it. The Rock says he'll take your little voice box, take all the batteries out, lube it up, turn that some sideways, and stick it straight up your candy ass.
It's The Rock.
Yeah.
If you smell what The Rock.
The Rock from 19 years ago.
Yeah. It's the good old days.
Is cooking.
It's crazy. So he's done so much, and he's only 46, which
Yep.
is even crazier because he looks like that, and he's 46.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
But he has, and I think in the future, it's been joked before. I would not doubt in the least, apparently, especially the climate we're in now, if he runs for a major office, political office, in the next 10 years.
You
I'm
think
serious.
so?
Without a doubt. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Donald Trump is 70. That gives The Rock 24 years to do that. Without a doubt, he will do it.
You think so?
I'm not saying president, which I wouldn't doubt that, but without it, it's going to be a governor without a doubt. He's going to go up. He's going to do it.
Yeah.
Without any doubt in my head, it will happen. Any doubt. And he'll get it in the landslide, too. He will.
Oh, he will for sure.
Yeah,
I don't think he will. I don't think
You don't think he
will.
would? Why not?
Because, I mean, why would you want to be bothered with that?
Why did Trump want to? He's a 70-year-old billionaire.
Because he got dared, and he didn't think he would win. He just wanted the
Publicity there?
publicity to
Yeah.
start his own news channel.
You think so?
Yeah, that was
Really?
his plan all along.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Now he's president.
Good job.
Now he's president. Make America great again.
Yeah.
Playing basketball with Putin.
Let's do the complete works of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, shall we?
Well, let's start with him in the WWE.
Right, yeah.
Let's start with Rocky Maivia.
Good stuff. That first gimmick was a little rough.
Yeah.
Little rough, little cheesy, little too happy for him. It was a combination of his father's name, Rocky Johnson, and his grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia. Combined those two names and his legacy, and became known as Rocky Maivia. What would you describe that gimmick as? His very first wrestling gimmick in WWF at the time.
Hardcore babyface.
Yeah, it
Like
was
smiling, high-fiving.
Had like some curly, kinky hair. Had some like the shoulder pads of like a high chief, like his grandfather, but still had like a Samoa feel. It was weird. It was a weird combo, and it wasn't him. It was this plastic fake character given to him, and thankfully it didn't last too long until an injury happened.
Yep.
Comes back 6 or so months later and has a chance to become the actual person and the character he creates himself that we'll soon know as, and everyone knows, as The Rock. But it happened slowly. It was a slow process. He comes back, joins the Nation of Domination, a major stable of wrestlers at the time, which if you don't know wrestling terminology is a group of wrestlers with the same ideals. Some wrestling
A stable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, so that's when we finally meet the character known as The Rock.
Yeah, and I think The Rock especially in a really short period of time, that was probably, 98-ish?
97, 98, yeah.
I think he came on in 97.
Yeah.
I think in WWF. By 98, he's The Rock. And from 98 until around 2001,
Which is so weird. His final actual Mania was 2003. Like, that was 19 with Stone Cold,
Yeah.
and they said his goodbyes and left.
But he had been gone and come back a couple of times at that point.
Yeah.
So by 2003, so a span of 4 or 5 years.
That's crazy.
He helped revolutionize wrestling into this kind of mainstream must-see TV event every week.
And doing the research for this and knowing his actual story and his training or lack thereof, it's crazy. A, he was so good on the mic so fast, and B, his in-ring skills were totally up there. I mean, he wasn't the most technical wrestler, didn't have a crazy set of moves, but the moves he had were his moves and his moves alone.
Yeah.
It's so weird how green he was, but you couldn't tell.
Apparently, his first credited on-screen appearance outside of the WWE, WWF, is in 1999, that 70s show.
Oh, yeah. I think he portrayed his father, actually.
Yeah.
Rocky Johnson.
He was Rocky Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he was on a TV show called The Net, which I'm not familiar with. And then his next TV appearance is Star Trek Voyager.
I've always heard of that, but never. I never saw it.
Yeah, he was like in this kind of battle royal, fight club cage thing, and he was the champion.
Okay.
Like, so, he's and then I don't know where it is in here, but I think probably the big turn for him was somewhere around 2000, 2001. He was on SNL.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that SNL appearance really helped make The Rock mainstream. Even though wrestling was becoming mainstream, that appearance on SNL, he was funny and he was charismatic and he was good in every sketch. And I think that's when people started to take notice. And then by 2001, he is the Scorpion King in The Mummy Returns. Never says a word.
Yeah, you're right.
No speaking role.
Yeah.
And maybe you know a little bit of this more than I do, but I think while all this is happening, he realizes this Hollywood career could be possible. So he's actually taking training classes and improv classes that not only help him in the, doing the promos, but also can start training him for this acting career that would make him one of the most bankable movie stars today.
Yeah, and it was a rough start. We'll go through some more movies here, but it was a rough start for him to begin.
Yeah, and then he was in Long Shot in 2001, and then let's start with the Scorpion King.
Yeah, let's do that. That was so. I read this one here. This is his first starring movie ever. He's the main star of the movie, and he gets a check that day for $5 million. That's the most in Hollywood history at the time for a first-time movie star, like the actual main name of the movie. The highest paid ever at that point in time. It was a big deal.
And it was
$5
terrible.
million for really having no acting chops or acting besides his wrestling career, had no actual oomph in the acting world to his name.
It was really bad too.
He had some of the worst CGI I've ever seen.
And acting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad.
Yeah. Bad hair, it's weird.
And when I saw the Scorpion King, I was like, oh, okay, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Nice try, Rock.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
But then, do you have any,
Well, it's weird looking at that. You thought he was in shape, and I don't want to keep harping on that, but he's in such better shape now than he was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
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 What are you trying to say?
I know.
What are you trying to say?
No, I'm not trying to say
You're trying to
anything.
say it, aren't you?
Nope.
The man just eats protein bars.
I do understand that he has a really solid work ethic that includes his workout routines.
Yeah.
From what I understand, he gets up at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And, based on what he's doing that day, it may be 11 or 12 before he goes to sleep.
It's multiple hours, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
He works out. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Well, he's not working out that whole time.
Well, yeah.
That'd be real crazy.
Yeah.
I actually liked his next movie, though.
Oh, yeah?
2003's The Rundown.
It wasn't bad.
With Sean William Scott?
Yeah.
Christopher Walken?
It brought back Ernie Reyes Jr., known from my favorite Ninja Turtles movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2, Secret of the Ooze, and, of course, Surf Ninjas with Rob Schneider. He was the star of that movie as well.
Yeah.
So Ernie Reyes comes back for that. It's awesome.
And Rosario Dawson's in this.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
I just remember Ernie Reyes. I don't remember she was in that at all. And wasn't Stifler in there?
Yeah. Sean William Scott.
That's his name, the old three-namer.
Yeah. Kind of an underrated comedy
It wasn't
from the
bad.
early 2000s.
I enjoyed it, yeah.
But this is, again, it was from 2003 when we weren't sure if we should be laughing at stuff anymore.
Right, exactly.
It's part of that whole weird, like, 5-6 year, from 2001 to 2004, 5, 6. It's just a weird time.
Yeah.
For any sort of entertainment because everything was so serious for so long. His next film is a remake of one of my favorite Southern classics, Walking Tall.
Yeah.
In 2004.
Yeah.
And now it's a remake of what based loosely on a true story about a sheriff in a West Tennessee town or county that won't put up with it. And he walks around. His name was Buford Pusser.
Right. Why did they change that to Chris Vaughn?
Because the name was Buford Pusser. And Buford Pusser was a real person.
Yeah.
It existed. And then they based these movies off of him in the 70s. And so Walking Tall is loosely based on the films from the 70s that were loosely based on a true story.
Yeah. I haven't seen The Rock's version. I never saw that.
It's not good.
Really?
It's not good.
Yeah.
No.
I can see that.
Yeah. And that was supposed to be the first foray to kind of make him, because Scorpion King kind of had like a superhero quality to it, but this was like he's an action star.
Yeah.
Like in The Rundown was a comedy, and he was pretty funny in The Rundown.
He was, yeah.
So once again, I see Walking Tall, and I'm thinking, oh, well.
Now he's done.
You really are done this time. Once again, nice try. But then he's in Be Cool, which was the sequel to Get Shorty in 2005. And once again, people took notice to this role where he played a character that you wouldn't expect The Rock to play.
Yeah.
A very effeminate character.
Right, a little goatee, a little afro.
Yeah. And really funny.
Yeah.
He was really funny and Be Cool. So then you're thinking, oh, well, maybe. Did you ever see 2006's Southland Tales?
I did not. I think you skipped Doom, though.
Oh, I did skip Doom.
How dare you skip Doom?
Well, we as society skipped Doom.
I love the Doom games. I never saw this movie for some reason.
This was supposed to get a theatrical release and didn't, right?
No, it did.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Very-
next
yeah.
one that I'm thinking about. No. Doom is the one I was thinking about. I didn't know that was actually, I thought it was supposed to be released in theaters, but it went straight to DVD.
Right.
But no?
No, yeah, I never saw it. I've seen clips where they go to like a first-person shooter mode. But
Yeah.
I'm done with that part.
How many Rock movies have you seen?
Quite a few.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you've seen, up to now, you've seen Scorpion King and The Rundown.
Right. Yeah.
So did you see Gridiron Gang?
I did.
Yeah? What'd you
Yeah.
think? Haven't seen that one.
It's it's one of those feel-good football movies.
And this starts what probably saved The Rock's film career was doing family-friendly movies.
Right.
Gridiron Gang. But then I didn't know he was in the Reno 911 movie in 2007.
I never saw that. Never did.
Yeah. I've seen it. I didn't know he was in it. Then he had an appearance on Hannah Montana as himself.
Wow. I know what you're thinking about for you thought Doom never had a release. The Spy Hunter movie never got a release.
Was he in that one too?
So it was going to be a movie. It never happened. But there's a Spy Hunter game came out in 06, 07 for the Xbox.
Yeah.
Original or 360. I can't remember. His face is in the cover of the game. You play as him as the new Spy Hunter. But that movie was stuck in developmental hell. So they went and kept the game in development, released the game with his face on it, just in case the movie came out, but it never did.
Was he in the movie?
There was never a movie. It never happened.
Oh, that never happened.
Yeah. The game was going to be a tie-in, but the movie never happened. But the game still did. But it's still a Spy Hunter game with his face on it. It's weird.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which that would be a disaster. We know it.
Then he's on another Corey in the House. That was another Disney show, right?
Oh, yeah.
So this starts the Rock-Disney
Right.
relationship.
Yeah.
And The Game Plan in 2007. A decent movie. I
never
thought it
saw
was
that
good.
one.
I thought it was pretty good.
Was that a football movie again?
Yep.
It is.
He's got like 4. And then he's in Disaster, a major motion picture ride starring you in 2008.
What is that, like a Disney thing or what?
I think that's like a Universal thing.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Now here, in 2008, he's in Get Smart.
Right, yeah.
I thought he was great in that
I didn't
movie.
see that remake.
I thought he was
Didn't
really
see
great. He was really funny in Race to Witch Mountain
Right.
for another Disney movie.
Uh-huh.
Or not funny. He was good.
He was all right.
He was good in it. He was funny on the. They've actually here on IMDb have him credited on Saturday Night Live in 2009 as the Rock Obama, which was fun.
Yeah.
Planet 51. Do you know that?
I think that was that terrible, cheaply made animated movie. Never really went anywhere.
Family Guy. I didn't know he was on that.
Didn't know that either.
Here we go. Tooth Fairy. This movie was huge.
Yeah.
And once again, another football movie because he was an ex-football player.
Oh, really? Is that what he was?
Yeah. who had to win his daughter back over by becoming the Tooth Fairy, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I thought he's a hockey player, an ex-hocky player.
He's
Hence
a
the
hockey
tooth.
player.
Does he knock the teeth out and stuff?
He's a hockey player trying to win his daughter back over
The elevator pitch.
by becoming the Tooth Fairy, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Right, yeah.
It's funny, too, on IMDb. It goes back and forth in what you're calling him at the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's Dwayne Johnson.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just The Rock. What's he going by these days?
Just Dwayne Johnson.
That's it?
Officially, yeah, The Rock is dropped.
No more The Rock.
I think, if I read correctly, that he can't use that anymore. His contract with the WWE is done. Therefore, Vince owns that name and the rights, and Titan Sports has that, and The Rock's just Dwayne Johnson.
So all he's got to do is come back and make another Raw appearance.
Yeah, sign a contract, he's good. Yeah.
And he can be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson
Yeah,
again.
but I if I guess at this point he's done with that, unless he's wrestling.
But
he'd be smart too. I mean,
But we've referred to him as The Rock. Everybody knows
We
him
have.
as The Rock.
we do. I don't think
When he makes TV appearances, do they introduce him?
it's just Dwayne Johnson.
That's it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think the majority of people now don't know him as that. I think
Yeah.
we're a little bit different, you know. You
Well,
and I.
I know. Yeah. We're a different breed.
Most people that watch these Disney movies with he as the main voice, we're watching Raw's War back in '98.
Well, they are in for a rude awakening with how we close the show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tooth Fairy, what'd you think? 2010.
Didn't see that. Didn't plan to.
He was on a TV show called Cubed, 2010.
Sounds European.
Why Did I Get Married?
That was a good one.
2010.
I'm a Tyler Perry fan.
Oh,
He was
okay.
good in that. Yeah, he was good.
He was good in that?
Yeah.
Oh, what about the other guys?
I
The
never
other
saw-
guys. He's good in the
I
other
hear
guys.
he's great. Never saw that
He
movie.
really is. Yeah. in
Never saw
2010.
that.
It's very funny. You Again in 2010.
No,
Hadn't seen it.
Never saw it.
Faster in 2010.
Never saw it.
Transformers Prime as Cliff Jumper in
Really?
2010.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's on Transformers and G.I. Joe stuff, eh?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Fast Five.
Here's where I have a problem. I mean, I know these movies made a lot of money,
2011's Fast Five.
but I've never seen anything past Fast and Furious 3. I love the first. I'll admit, as like a 17-year-old boy, I saw the first one in theaters multiple times.
Yeah.
Loved it. Never saw it past
I
past
haven't
2
either.
even.
I haven't seen Fast Five.
But I know his final 3 we're going to talk about here combined, they've made $3 billion worldwide.
Really?
Yeah.
When we get to the top here.
Well, it's like 2.98. It's right below 3 billion. So they've averaged 1 billion apiece.
Yeah.
That's an insane amount of money.
Apparently, there's a huge fan base for him as Hobbs in Fast Five.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't know, I haven't seen it, but I guess he and Jason Statham's character don't get along.
Right. And in real life, they hate each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a big beef.
that's
Yeah,
good.
big beef.
Yeah. What about he and Vin Diesel? Don't they have a big beef
That's
too?
what I was thinking about.
Oh,
Vin
okay.
Diesel beef. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Diesel
Yeah,
beef.
the old Diesel beef.
The old group beef. Hey, you want some group beef? Okay. So we have Fast Five and then Journey to the Mysterious Island
Didn't know this existed until I saw it at Walmart in the $5 bin recently.
in 2012. Is that good?
I've never seen it.
Did you watch it?
No.
The TV series Clash Time as The Rock. Mm-hmm. Was this a wrestling thing?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, here we go. Miami Dream, the week before the night. Oh, yeah, okay. I think that's a WWE thing. Snitch in 2013.
Never saw it, but looks fancy.
G.I. Joe Retaliation in 2013.
Yeah. You know. It's Roadblock.
It's better than the original G.I. Joe movie.
What?
I thought Retaliation was better.
Oh, I thought you meant like the actual, animated movie.
No.
Cobra.
Cobra. Empire State 2013.
You skipped a lot.
Did I?
I think so.
What did I skip?
Pain and Gain, Fast and Furious 6.
No, Pain and Gain's coming up.
Oh, and my
2013.
list is before that. Interesting.
Yeah, Fast and Furious 6 in 2013. Again, haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Hercules in 2014. Did you see this masterpiece?
No, but he posted on his Instagram recently about the crazy amount of makeup and stuff he had to have. He said his diet and workout regimen were the most intense during this filming right here.
Really?
And I hear it bombed from what I've read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Furious 7 in 2015.
What can they do with cars so much? What's he doing?
They're like jumping trains
You know
and
what we should
planes
do?
and automobiles.
In a little bit, in a few months, let's make it a thing to watch these Fast and the Furious movies and do a Fast and Furious retrospect. They're almost 10 movies now. People love these. They're huge across the world, and we're turning our nose up like, meh.
You really want me to?
We owe it. It's not just you. It's me too. We owe it to our peoples to watch this movie. Movies.
To watch the Fast and Furious movie?
We should.
But I laugh at them whenever they come
We'll
out.
skip 1 and 2. We know what happens in 1. 2 is Tokyo Drift, doesn't really count. So 3 and beyond. We have what, 6 or 7 movies to watch?
Yeah.
We can do it.
Don't make me do that.
They're making a lot of money. There's something there. You could hate it, much like I hated Gran Torino, and now I watched it. I love it.
Oh, yeah, we should talk about that.
Okay,
I still didn't find that audio,
Yeah.
but I know it exists.
Never happened.
Furious 7's 2015. San Andreas in 2015.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this movie.
It's
I thought it was fun.
I never watched it, but I'm
It was fun, but not lighthearted.
I'm past the disaster movie. My phase for disaster movies. After The Day After Tomorrow, I'm done.
My only plan with this is that he's got a helicopter. This tragic earthquake just happened.
Mm-hmm.
He's flying over thousands and thousands, if not millions, of victims to make it to his wife.
Yeah.
And his job is to save people.
Right. Yeah, no. Safety first.
I guess. Then there's a Fast and the Furious Supercharged short in 2015. What about Gem and the Holograms?
I didn't know. So I haven't seen this reboot, remake. I had no idea he was in there until right now.
I have seen Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah. How is he?
I haven't seen Furious 7,
How is he?
but I've seen this.
Is he? Why?
It's terrible.
I'm sure. Did you have any doubt that it wouldn't be?
No. Central Intelligence in 2016.
This is kind of the start of the Rock and Kevin Hart
Yes.
team up right here.
Yeah. They're
It's
like
the DeVito Schwarzenegger of our day, pretty much.
it's the Dean Martin and
Yeah, that's it. And whoever else.
who was Dean Martin's comedy partner?
He's so good, I
Mar-
can't remember.
Jerry Lewis.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, see, exactly.
He's the Martin and Lewis of 2018.
Right, yeah.
Did you see Central Intelligence?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's funny.
It's
very, I can't tell you what the plot is whatsoever. I just know I laughed.
it's in my queue
Yeah.
to watch.
Like your Netflix.
Central
They're going
Intelligence.
to mail it to you soon.
Yeah. I have seen this next one, Moana in
I
2016.
I watched that multiple times a week.
I really enjoyed The Rock in Moana.
Watched it yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know all the songs?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Can
it's
you
great.
sing a little bit?
That's all right.
Sing You're Welcome.
That's all right.
Just a little bit of You're Welcome.
You're welcome. There you go. Really good movie, though.
Millennials, the musical,
Never heard of that.
where he sings You're Welcome from Moana. Gone Fishing. Wait a minute.
What?
It's a video short called Gone Fishing.
Yeah.
In 2017. I haven't seen it.
Uh-uh.
All right. What about 2017's The Fate of the Furious?
So many. Never saw it. What is that, number 8? Is that the play on, like, number 8, The Fate?
Oh, maybe. Well,
Yeah.
no. Because there was.
Yeah, Furious 7 than that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. What about Baywatch?
Love Baywatch.
Of course you did. Everybody else hates this movie.
Are you
Of
serious?
course you loved Baywatch.
I
3 people went to see it when it was in the theater.
I know. It's streaming on Amazon Prime now and Hulu, and I watched it on both because I liked it
Yeah.
that much, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Zac Efron's in there, and it's insane. I hate to keep talking about people in their shape, but Zac Efron's shape in that movie, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Maybe the buffest man I've seen in my life.
More than The Rock?
Yeah, he's more cut than that.
Than The Rock?
Yeah, he is. It's weird,
I'll take your word for it.
but it's funny. Watch Baywatch.
I'm not sure when Baller started, but we haven't mentioned that yet.
Oh,
the
yeah.
HBO series that he's
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I think by 2016 it had
Yeah,
started.
pretty sure.
So he's Mitch Buchanan in Baywatch.
Yeah.
He's the Hasselhoff.
Yeah. See,
He's
they
Mitch.
kept Mitch Buchanan. They can't do Buford Pusser. What's up with that?
I know. The TV series Lifeline.
Never saw it.
The 2017 film Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
I really enjoyed that.
I did too.
Yeah,
I thought
I
he was
did.
great.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite rock movie that I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, that or Baywatch. I'm serious. Watch Baywatch. It's streaming. It's really good.
I have no desire to see that.
There's even C.J. Parker. Like all the characters' names are still there.
Uh-huh.
It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Jumanji.
Yeah.
I thought it was really
I'm
good.
excited for the sequel.
Me too.
Yeah.
That movie made a lot of money
It did.
last year.
Yeah.
A lot. Did you see Rampage based off the video game?
I did not. Did not.
But it made a lot of money.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it made not as much as Jumanji though.
Uh-huh.
And then just recently, last
Mm-hmm.
week, Skyscraper.
So the first week it comes out, it flops in the U.S.,
Uh-huh.
and then it released in China the week after and made tons of money. So now he's happy.
Oh, that's
He had
great.
this big rant on Instagram about the haters and the people and the experts saying certain things because it made, I think, $35 million week 1 in the U.S., and then it broke multiple hundred millions the first week in China. So the Chinese people love The Rock.
But it's probably not a good movie.
No, I doubt it.
I mean, it doesn't look good from the trailer.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, I mean, Rock, your quality level,
Let's calm it down here.
you can't
Yeah.
argue with the money.
Right.
I could not argue with the money that the movie makes. I can argue with not the best quality films time after time.
and-
We're not talking about Denzel Washington here.
In 24 months, I had a speech or a little talk recently with someone about how bad his movies are, but what's a different topic?
Was that me?
No. In 24 months, in 2 years, he said Central Intelligence, Moana, The Fate of the Furious, Baywatch, Jumanji, Rampage, and Sky. Those 6 pretty big productions in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. Just calm it down a
it's
little bit.
Now,
Calm it down.
Again, work ethic, you can't argue with.
Yeah.
He's always working.
Yeah,
He's always working.
right.
Here we go. Ballers, 2015 to 2018. So I guess they put it in because it ended in 2018.
Even the massive amounts of money he's making, there's no way he has time to enjoy that. What's the point? Mm-hmm. You think he's going to fizzle out and like turn 50 and just say, I'm done? And just
Maybe.
live off his funds and just be with the family? He has, I think, a newborn daughter. Pretty young.
Be president.
Yeah, there you go.
President Rock.
It's my vote. I would vote in a heart. I would actually vote and be happy about it.
Okay, look. Can I take you back like two and a half years ago?
No, it's too late now. Things have happened.
When we were
I'm a changed man.
When we were having discussions about how Donald Trump, and I remember you vividly saying, imagine if he was president, how much fun that would be.
I said about Trump?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't remember that at all.
How fun is it?
Not very.
So I'm going to warn you on your enthusiasm for The Rock.
That would be different. You know that would be different. Even before, if I said that was a joke. If I say this about The Rock, it's not a joke.
Do we need...
The Rock's an enjoyable person and a good personality.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Doesn't mean he's going to be a good president.
He wouldn't be sending threats out on Twitter and talking bad about certain races and kinds of people. That wouldn't happen with him.
No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Do we need 2 WWE Hall of Famers as president?
Yes, we do. I would not be against that.
If you're going to pick
Because right now we're 0-1 on the good one. Like, that's the worst Hall of Fame inductee we can think of.
Is it?
I'd even take like post-Gawker Hulk Hogan over this right now. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's on the way back.
Yeah, he is. He's been re-inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Hogan?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know they kicked him out.
Yeah, he was, every record of him ever existing was gone from their websites, from their archives, but he's back in the Hall of Fame. Like, I think 2 weeks ago, they brought him back in.
Now, here we go.
Yeah.
Hulk is back. Okay, here's what's coming up with The Rock. A film called Fighting with the Family in 2019.
Yeah.
Jungle Cruise in 2019, based off the Disney ride.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've ridden that ride.
Really?
Yeah.
At Disneyland,
Yeah,
Disney World?
Never heard of that.
The
Must be Animal Kingdom, huh?
No.
Really?
It's in the Magic Kingdom.
Maybe it was broken when I was there. I have no recollection of this
Jungle
ride.
Cruise is really fun.
Never heard of that.
Because it's so cheesy, because it's an old, boat animatronic ride.
Yeah.
And they make fun of it the entire time.
Wow.
Yeah. It's real tongue-in-cheek. Hobbs and Shaw, which I guess is a spinoff of the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he's Luke Hobbs
Yeah.
in
Wow.
2019.
Wow.
Jumanji 2, slated for 2019.
Yeah.
Red Notice in 2020. Okay, here we go. And again, take this for what you want.
Believe it when you see it.
Because these have no announcement dates. Just they are in, quote, pre-production. Black Adam,
Yeah.
which would tie into the Shazam.
Yeah.
Is The Rock in the Shazam movie as Black Adam at any point?
I don't think so. He's labeled as an executive producer for the movie for
Yeah.
Shazam, but I don't think so.
Oh, for Shazam?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Black Adam might show up.
Maybe. That's gonna be stupid. I can't do The Rock in a big puffy foam suit and trying to speak serious.
Suicide Squad 2 as Black Adam.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Supposedly, that's been announced. It's not in pre-production. It's
I remember seeing, I feel almost 10 years ago, concept art of The Rock in the Black Adam suit.
I remember him tweeting out a long time ago
Yeah.
about Black Adam.
Yeah.
San Andreas 2 announced.
What? That can't happen again. You can't do Volcano 2. You can't do Earthquake 2.
Not another
You can't do Twister 2. Still twisting.
Oh, what if
You can't do that.
what if instead of the San Andreas fault, he comes here to the New Madrid fault, and we have the big one?
Let's do it. Okay. They should do a Twister. A Twister reboot with The Rock. Yeah. You like
Who
that?
would you put as the
As Helen Hunt?
Helen Hunt?
You know what? Let's bring her back. She's an old, aged, weathered storm chaser, and she's going to show him the ways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Helen Hunt and
So
The Rock.
They do this. They're driving their new Dodge Ram with the new Dorothy in the back. Midway through, terrible tornado comes through, wipes out the Ram as The Rock last minute jumps out of the truck, wipes Helen Hunt's character away.
She's gone.
She's dead. the few days after, the week after, he's over her casket, the funeral, crying, and her young, attractive daughter walks up, and that's when they meet.
Played by
Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence is Helen Hunt's daughter.
Oh, is Jennifer Lawrence young enough to be Helen Hunt's daughter?
Yeah, Helen Hunt's
Are you sure?
Helen Hunt's in her 50s. Jennifer Lawrence is in her 20s.
Okay, yeah, I guess that could work. I don't know about Jennifer Lawrence.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see it. Jennifer Lawrence and a rock
What
combo.
about Julia Stiles?
Man, a little bit old, little weathered.
What about Kate Blanchett?
Let's stick with Jennifer Lawrence.
Kate Blanchett shows up.
So Helen Hunt dies in the Twister. Funeral scene, The Rock meets eyes with Jennifer Lawrence's character. Kind of some sexual tension. They're going across the country.
I don't think I want to see Jennifer Lawrence and The Rock in a movie together.
Really? Even chasing tornadoes?
Certainly that's not a Twister remake or Twister sequel.
I would do it.
I don't know.
Twister, answer the call. I'm down for it. What do you think? No?
Can Fall Out Boy do the theme song?
Twisting. Yeah, I can hear it now. I'd be down for it.
And another comic film, Doc Savage.
Oh, really? Wow, really?
Yeah.
Didn't know about that.
And also announced Jack Burton in a remake of Big Trouble in Little China.
Is that real too, or is that fake?
That's announced.
Wow.
So there you have it, the complete works of The Rock from the WWE up until Big Trouble in Little China.
Like you said, like it or not, the man works. He's working.
He does. He really does. He's a worker.
And when you do that much, you cast that big of a net, eventually you'll catch some fish. It's one of those. There's no one that hates every one of his movies. You may hate 95%, but you like one of those.
Yeah,
you do. And he himself is the problem. Like I like him much more than his work. Take that as a compliment if you want to for him, but like his interviews and his ways and online presence. I like him much more than what he does.
This is what you love.
You can't see me when you playing peekaboo. You can't see me. I can see you. Can you see me? Oh, believe me, we all can see you. We all can see you. How the hell you think we can miss? You come out here with your bright-ass purple shirt, and before that, your bright green shirt. Before that, your bright orange shirt. You run around here looking like a big fat bowl of Fruity Pebbles. You just walk in on the bus going to class. Getting inside the classroom. Teacher up on the blackboard. Okay, class. What is 2 + 2? Do you know, Booker? Okay, I know the answer to that. 2 + 2? Thomas Jefferson, sucker! The Rock knows exactly who you are. Yes, he should. You are obviously extremely entertaining. Smart man. Go ahead and clap. Obviously. But here's what's amazing. What's amazing is the fact that you are that entertaining when you still wear llama penises strapped to your head. What? No! We don't boo you because you support Russia. We boo you because you're both a couple of world-class international a-holes. Or maybe The Rock is gonna face Rikishi. Beat Rikishi. I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. I did it. Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. Somebody got a haircut.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Big Show is.
So that officially means, Big Show, that you are no longer a long-haired, 7 feet, 500-pound piece of monkey crap. No, you are not. You are a short-haired, 7 feet, 500-pound piece of steaming, stinking, grade A monkey crap. Let The Rock remind you of something. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. You ain't no superhero. Not like the Scorpion King. You're 100 pounds of nothing. 5 feet, nothing. Oh, excuse The Rock 1 second. Excuse The Rock. His cell phone's going off. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Cacao, hello. Hey, it's nothing. He says he knows you. You're nothing. I ain't got nothing to prove to you.
Oh, that's the. I think that's The Rock that you love.
Yeah, that's the good stuff there.
Oh, do you have a favorite Rock movie though that you've seen?
I mean, it's Baywatch or Jumanji. It is. I'm serious. What about you, Jumanji?
Jumanji.
Yeah. Baywatch is good. Check it out.
Nope.
Why not?
Because I know it's bad.
No.
I don't believe you.
It's good. I mean, I saw the trailers and thought it would be good. So maybe that's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a big Baywatch fan.
I think you like going against the grain. It's really not that bad.
It's not.
It's okay. I believe you.
Baywatch is good.
Check us out online at adamandjp.com.
Facebook.com/AdamandJP. Don't forget on Twitter at AdamandJP and Patreon.com/podcastroll.
I'm Jay Patrick. That's Adam.
You've been eating some Rocky podcast roll.
This has been a production of the Adam and JP family of on-demand talk radio.
AdamandJP.com.
Right now.